Satellite images of Chinese warship Taiwan's coastline and the US Navy vessels in the South China Sea. Tensions in the Taiwan Strait have escalated dramatically after a high-profile visit by a US congressional delegation to Taiwan. China has launched massive military drills involving warship, fighter jets, and missiles tested uncomfortably close to the island. The situation is now one of the most dangerous flashpoints in the Indo-Pacific, and both Washington and Beijing are on the high alert. New footage of US lawmakers arriving in Taipei created by Taiwanese officials. The latest crisis was sparked by a bipartisan group of US lawmakers visiting Taipei last week, a move strongly condemned by Beijing, which views any official US-Taiwan interaction as a violation of its One China policy. Despite warnings from China, the delegation met the Taiwan's newly inaugurated President Lai Ching-te pledged continue American support for Taiwanese democracy and self-defense. US representatives say that our visit is a message the United States stands with Taiwan against coercion. Chinese Navy footage, J-16 fighter jets taking off, missiles launching into the sea. In response, China's People's Liberation Army (PLA) launched 3 days of live-fire military drills surrounding Taiwan. The exercises include over 60 warplanes, including stealth fighters, multiple naval destroyers, and an aircraft carrier, and simulated blockade operations and precious missiles strikes. China's Ministry of Defense describes the drills as a stern warning to separatists and external forces. China's military spokesperson said that we are prepared to act decisively to defend national sovereignty and territorial integrity. US Navy destroyers in the Philippine Sea radar systems active, specific command briefings. Meanwhile, the US Navy has stepped up patrols in the region. 2 guided missile destroyers from the 7th Fleet have taken position near the eastern Taiwan coast while surveillance aircraft monitor Chinese maneuvers from above. The Pentagon has called for de-escalation but warned that the US will continue to operate where international law allows. US Indo-Pacific Command said that our presence in the region is about stability and deterrence. Analysts discussing maps of the Taiwan Strait, missile flight paths, potential conflict zones. Experts say the drills are not just symbolic. They are a dress rehearsal for a potential future blockade or invasion scenario. Recent PLA maneuvers have mirrored key invasion logistics, island encirclement, electronic warfare simulation, and amphibious landing drills just 100 miles from Taiwan. Military analysts say that Beijing is demonstrating that it can isolate Taiwan in hours and is testing the world's response. UN Security Council debate, Asian leaders expressing concern, Tokyo and Seoul footage. The escalation is drawing global concern. Japan has scrammed jets after PLA aircraft entered its air defense identification zone. South Korea and Australia are arguing calm, and Asian leaders fear that a regional conflict could spiral out of control, disrupting global trade and security. But back in Washington, some lawmakers are calling for stronger deterrence measurements, including new arms packaging for Taiwan and expanded sanctions against Chinese military interests. US senators say that if we don't stand firm now, we invite aggressions later. Taiwan citizens watching warship offshore, US and Chinese officials making statements, regional force on standby. The Taiwan Strait is once again at the center of high-stakes geopolitical standoff. As China flexes its military power and the US reaffirms its commitments, the margin for miscalculation is shrinking fast. The world is watching, and the choices made in the coming days could shape the security of the Indo-Pacific for the years to come. Subscribe for real-time coverage and of the China-Taiwan crisis global security updates.